Last night we had our high school ministries meeting. It was such a great time. We talked through the first week of our new Bound series, and we talked about how we can be bound to the sin in our lives. We're going to be talking through the story of Moses over the next 3 weeks, and we started his story in Egypt. Here's the thing, Israel's story of their time in Egypt is a very, very good metaphor for our story through sin, where we can be bound to our sin and stuck where we're at in that place. And Moses was in the same place in Egypt. The Israelites, after Joseph's life, they stayed there for 400 years, and for 400 years, God was silent. He didn't talk to any of his people, and the people went from Joseph's time, where they were treated well by Pharaoh. A new Pharaoh came into rule, probably several new pharaohs. Eventually, the Hebrew people became oppressed, and they became slaves because there were so many of them that the Pharaoh thought that they were going to take over. So he began to oppress them and throw them into slavery and make them do all kinds of hard labor. They were bound to that oppression. And in the same way, the sin in our lives can bind us, can keep us down from really truly living the life that we were meant to live with Jesus. So Moses, through his story, he had to learn a couple things about God. There's two things that we can learn about God through our position and through Israel's position in Egypt. The first thing that we can learn is that God has the ability to deliver. We look at the plagues that God sent, and each of the 10 plagues that was sent to Egypt, each one of those were meant to dismantle the gods of Egypt. If you were to look at each one of them, and if you look back at the service that we did last night, you'll see how each one of these plagues just picked apart the gods of Egypt. It's really a cool thing. So God has the ability, he has the power, he is able to remove, to destroy whatever is holding you back from a relationship with him. And I don't know if many of us doubt that. I think a lot of us can believe that there's a God of this universe who is powerful, who is big. Maybe you question who that God is. We would say it's Yahweh. And here's the thing, Yahweh has proven himself over the years to be that one who can do that, who has the ability to save. The question, though, that we might be asking now is, does he want to? Does he want to deliver us from what is holding us back from him? And the answer is yes. God desires for us to be set free. We can see with the extent that he was willing to go to free the people of Israel from their oppression. And we can even see in Jesus's life and his death, that he is willing to go to extreme measures to deliver us from the things that are holding us back from him. Not only does he have the ability, but he has the desire to free us from what is holding us back. What does that mean for us? We have a role to play in all of this. And our role is simply this. It's just, are we willing to trust God? Are we willing to put our faith in him so that he can bring us out? And that's all it takes. It's just our faith in God. And remember, faith, we talked about this with Abraham, faith isn't just a mental thing, but it actually moves into our hearts and then into our bodies, and it changes the way that we live our lives. Faith affects the way that we act. So if you really have faith in the God of the universe, the one that wants to free you, that has the ability to free you, if you have faith in him, then he will bring you out of whatever it is that's holding you back from him. He will deliver you from the bondage of sin in your heart. So have you allowed him to free you? Have you allowed God to set you free from the things that are binding you? Have you let him set you free from the things that are keeping you held back? Today, I want to encourage you to take that next step with him. Whatever that may be. Maybe it's a first-time commitment. Maybe it's a recommitment. Maybe it's just another step of obediently following after Jesus. Whatever that next step is, with faith, knowing that he loves you, knowing that he has the power, that he has the desire, trusting and believing that God is with you. Let's walk in the freedom that we have because of Jesus. God bless you guys. Have a great week.